Welcome to the Unleashed podcast. If you're looking for a no BS approach to building a successful business, then this show's for you. I'm your host, Christina Scholen, sharing an unleashed, real straight talk approach to life and business. So buckle up, put on your big girl panties, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the Unleashed podcast. I'm your host, Christina Scholen, and I am really excited to share something with you today. Well, I'm always excited to share things, but there's something that really took a huge effect on the way that I ran my business quite some time ago. I think it's going on 2 years, and I think about it almost on the daily. And I thought, you know what? Somebody out there needs this. Somebody needs to hear this, because if it affects you the way that it did me, it's going to push you forward and push you harder. And typically when I'm coaching somebody privately or in a group, I do this a little bit differently, because I typically have you write this down. And I typically would have you take the time to write it out, get feeling into it, like really get into it. And today, because we're doing this in the podcast, we're going to do it a little bit different. This is why I'm starting out with this instead of doing it at the very end. So here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to think about that person who you feel deserves success the most. Who in your life deserves success the most? Who do you want to succeed more than anything? Probably your kids. Maybe you feel that way about your parent or your spouse. I want you to think about that. I want you to think of all of the things that you want for them. All of the things. I want you to think about if it's your kids, and maybe even while we're talking, maybe write it down. Dear so-and-so, for me, it's my kids. My kids, if you know me personally, you know that my kids mean the absolute world to me. They are everything that I do in my life revolves around them and building for their future. Everything that I do, it's all about my kids, right? So when I first did this exercise with a business coach a couple years ago, which I will be bringing on in the future for one of our guests, because I think that she's got incredible things to share. But when she had me do this, it was incredibly impactful. When she first told me to do this, I was crying. I'm not a crier, except for, those soldier commercials where they surprise their family and everything. But seriously, I'm not a crier much, but when it comes to my kids, I get really emotional because I want so much for them. So she said, I want you to write out everything that you want for them. I want you to write out how you feel about them, how much you love them, how much you want to see them succeed, what you hope for, what you dream for, everything that you want for them. So I did. I wrote it all out. It was a full page. I really wrote it very fast. I could probably write for days because it would never stop what I want for my kids. So I want you to think hard about this. I want you to be very sincere in what you want. What do you dream about for that person? Maybe that person has these goals that are really hefty. You want them to reach those goals. Everything that they want in their life, everything that they want to achieve in their life, you want that for them, right? So I want you to, if you want to write it out, go ahead. If you're thinking about it, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to feel that. I want you to really be thinking hard, sincere. If you get emotional, that's good because you're really into it. You really want a lot for them. Think about it. Your kids, spouse, parents, whatever it is. Do you have that person in your mind? Do you have those thoughts and those things in your mind that you want? Okay, now here we go. If you wrote that down or you really got into it and you really want that for those people, I want you to change your thought for just a second and replace their name with your name. How does that feel? I remember when I did that exercise, I was like, at first, my mind fought back against it. And I thought, oh, I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. Because it made me feel selfish. But it's not selfish. Because I know that it's not selfish because I want all those things for my kids. But how are my kids going to know how to achieve their dreams? How are they going to know how to achieve all the goals in their life if they don't see me working my ass off to reach my goals, to achieve my dreams? I need to be the example. And when I succeed, they succeed. And then when they succeed, I succeed again. Does that make sense? Because why don't we want more for ourselves? Why do we feel that we don't deserve that? We got to change our mindset. Because whatever you believe in, God created you for more. He created you to be amazing. He didn't create you to just be mediocre. He has instilled in you, He has put seeds of success into you. We just have to find those seeds, nurture them, grow them, continue to take care of them, harvest them, grow more. We were created for more. We need to be more. Every person has some kind of success brewing inside them. Think of all the people who have never actually stepped out to do something more. They've got these brilliant, amazing ideas. And you know what? It doesn't matter where you're at in your life. You have that in you. It's not selfish to want more. It's not selfish to be successful, especially when you're out there to serve others. When you have something that can help other people grow, when you've got information for other people, maybe this podcast today helped you to grow into something more. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that I was put into your ears today. So it's not selfish, guys. So again, it goes back to, we always want more for other people. We want more for them than what we want for ourselves, because we tend, especially if you're a parent, if you're a mom, you're more of the nurturer. A lot of us moms kind of take the back seat. We're making sure that everybody else is taken care of. Well, guess what? When you're an entrepreneur, it's time to take the driver's seat. It's time to be the driver, and it's time to make sure that you are taking care of you and you are driving for yourself. Your success is going to spill over into your whole entire family. Your home is going to be filled with all kinds of drive. Your kids are going to be goal-oriented. I know that I've told you about my daughter Whitney before. Even Danica. Danica has different goals and dreams than Whitney. Whitney has that entrepreneurial spirit where she makes things, she creates things for other people. So she's going to be that maker and that creator, where Danica loves to help other people. She hears the things that I say to my people when I am coaching people, when I'm training, and she hears what I'm saying. Do you know that she brings that to all of her friends? She lifts her friends up. She believes in them before they believe in them. I absolutely love it. Now, one thing, maybe some of us have had somebody kind of hold us back in our lives. We've allowed somebody's words, somebody's beliefs, somebody said something to us saying that we can't do that, or, you're not good enough for that, or whatever. I'll tell you what, I did have that affect me. I did have that happen to me, and it did hold me back. Whose fault was that? Mine. It was my fault. I let somebody else's beliefs about themselves affect what I was going to do. I let their beliefs about themselves hold me back, when really it only held them back. But ultimately, it slowed me down from reaching my goals and dreams when I really wanted to achieve them. So what I have done with my kids, I don't put those limits on them. Because you know why? I don't have limits on myself. I've got brakes. I've got brakes that slow me down sometimes. But I think we all do. But you know what? I don't quit. Like if I have something that's getting in my head, or, I have these things, because I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke and say, oh, I never get scared, or I never have fear. You know what? I work past it. It might take me longer for some things than for others, but I'm still going to do it. Do you guys even know how long it took me to record a podcast? If you only knew, you'd laugh at me. You'd be like, what? So if you wrote that down, I want you to take that. You know what I did with it? I took that piece of paper. Mine was written to both of my girls. I tore that out of my notebook. Their names were scribbled out and mine was up there. And in all honesty, I didn't look at that for a while. It was hard. It used to be very hard for me to want that success and all of those great things for myself. And now I know that it's not selfish for me to want that. So I took that and I put it up on my message board so that I could see it all the time. It's a reminder. It's a reminder that I deserve wonderful, great things and success as well. So I hope that this was something that was helpful for you today. If it was, you know what to do. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what it did. I want you to tell me, hey, that hit the spot. That's what I needed today. Okay, you guys, I appreciate you. I thank you for taking the time out to listen in today. Again, I hope this was helpful for you. I want to hear about it. Visit me at ChristinaUnleashed.com. Send me a message. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing every single bit of your success because you deserve it. Now, go unleash that success and have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you for joining me today on the Unleashed podcast. My hope is that you leave this podcast feeling inspired, fired up, and ready to take the next step to living your dream life. And if you could do me a quick favor, please leave me a 5-star review over on iTunes. I love reading the reviews, and each week I'll choose one special person to win some Unleashed Sway. Make sure you add your name to the review, and I'll reach out to you if you're the winner. Thanks again for spending your time with me today. Be sure to visit me at ChristinaUnleashed.com for past episodes and more gifts to help you unleash the most successful version of you.